Welcome to Hopeful Tribe, Jackie. I'm so happy to have you here.
I am so happy. I'm so privileged to be here. So thank you for having me. I'm enjoying already.
Oh, good. I feel like we have a party every week.
I can tell. I'm glad thank you for inviting me to your party.
Yes, it's very fun. And I just like to have fun wherever I go. I have this weird belief that life is supposed to be fun.
Correct. Let's go by that.
And last year, because I didn't have enough savings when the pandemic started, I worked in this psychiatric facility in downtown Oakland. And whenever I tell people that, they're like, oh, they get serious like you did for a second, right? Like, oh, how was that? But I still was just me in the psychiatric facility. So whenever things were getting kind of dark, I'd be like, hey, what if we had a Disney princess sing-along,
just like that, right? From out of the blue. Everyone's serious and then...
and my coworkers and my patients thought I was completely insane, but they loved me,
Oh my gosh, you say that, girl, I'm joining you.
It was like really fun to work at the psychiatric facility. But I knew when I started that I was going to quit in a year because I really wanted to get this YouTube channel off the ground. And the only thing that stopped me a year ago was that I didn't have enough money saved up.
That's true. Well, it's important, but again, it doesn't have to be we shouldn't be drawn to the magnet of money, that it's the only way, right? But it's definitely important, and your YouTube channel is really doing so well.
Yeah.
I would have thought you had that problem.
I went for it. And let me share with folks your channel because it's pretty awesome. And I can't wait to see how it grows. Here we go. And now, how do you call it? Jackie D? Is that what you said?
You actually got it right there. You said it right. You said my last name perfectly.
That's your last name. Okay, cool.
Do it yourself happens to be my last name.
That's amazing. Empowering moms and women in wellness and positivity. So, of course, I had to invite you.
Aww. So honored. Thank you, Sue.
So into wellness and positivity. They're like,
yes, that's the goal. That's the goal. By the way, I turned 60 on Friday.
On Friday?
August 20th.
Oh, you are going to turn 60 on the 20th. Oh my gosh, we're not that far apart. I'm going to be 56 on Tuesday.
This Tuesday?
Yeah.
Leo's on the rise.
Right. That's why we love each other, because we're kitty cats.
See, we're partying already, girl.
Right? Yeah, no, Leo's like, don't confine their celebrations to one day.
No.
And never.
We're like literally everywhere.
Well, we are the party. You know what I'm saying?
I know. Excuse me. My party.
Oh my gosh. So actually, when this airs, which it'll be the Tuesday after you've turned 60. So that's pretty amazing.
Oh, it's the perfect moment. I'm gonna share that.
You're gorgeous. I mean, you don't look a day over 50. Amazing.
Oh my gosh. Oh, thank you. You too.
Wow.
I just no work done, but except for the makeup.
Well, you're much better at the makeup than I am. I'm brand new at this, and like I said, I was such a rebel. So I come from a family with 3 girls, and my older sisters were always trying to get me to wear makeup, and I was like, no, I don't need that. If people don't like how I look, they don't have to look at me.
Oh my gosh, there you go. There's that fire. Fire. And what did your sister say? Okay.
They'd still try, pluck my eyebrows and put makeup on me and dress me up. I was.
Yeah, whatever's the trend, just go for it.
But so I was a real rebel about makeup until I went to start filming for the YouTube channel. And then I was like, ooh, you could use a little makeup.
I'm so cool.
The camera is not kind.
Lipstick and blush on. At least you start with that.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I was thinking when I was putting on makeup before the interview, maybe I should call Jackie and see if she wants to do an online tutorial with me.
That should be good. Oh my gosh, let's do another session, right?
Yeah, another session. We'll do that. Totally. So how did you get the inspiration for your YouTube channel?
Well, because I was always a positive person. But you see, I always would be asked, how could you manage to be so positive? Blah, 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 blah. So people would ask me, and I would tell them, I'm not a person who's never had any challenges, because I've had a lot of challenges, like especially as a mom. And I said, number one is because I am grateful. And I just noticed that it would inspire people. And so I ended up talking to people in that manner. And well, in 2014, I actually co-founded the Everything TV show with my youngest daughter. So that was how we started. Yes, that was how we started to be in the media, and we would feature inspiring stories. So we were along that line, inspiring people, inspiring stories. We would attend events. We would go for, walks so kids can talk, Light Up Purple, mental health, things like that. And so, but even before that, I would teach. I think I inherited my teaching gift from my parents. My first job in Canada when we moved here, I taught little children. So creative arts, dance. And then I would see the potential in people. And I saw when my youngest went into anxiety, 2016, and then she went into depression in 2017. I saw how you could lose your spark because of the way people talk to you. You could just suddenly lose your interest, your passion. And you can't lose that. You gotta keep inspiring people. And my eldest is a survivor of viral encephalitis, Sue. She was 4 years old. I was because I had her when I was 23. So I was 27. When she got encephalitis, she went into a coma. We were in the hospital for more than a month. When she recovered, Sue, she was blind for 6 months. Every day I would ask God, is my baby going to see me today? Now I said, if ever she's really going to lose her sight, give her one of mine, because I want to keep my one eye. I want to see her grow up. Our faith kept us. It kept us. She regained her vision. She got it back after 6 months. After 6 months of you just gotta hang in there, hope. And that's why I was drawn to you. You gotta hang on to hope. And so and then she went through, she was, half of her body was paralyzed. She stammered. She started from scratch. She was bullied. By the time she was starting to learn to write again, she was 7 years old. Her classmates would grab her notebook and pass them on laughing because she could not write.
Oh my goodness.
And she grew up with that, but she's strong. She's 36 now. She's strong. She has accepted it. She would ask me, Mom, why did I get sick? I said, because God needed someone to prove to the world that miracles happen.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
And through all of that, I never lost faith. We never lost faith as a family, my husband and her. And then here comes my youngest. She was born 12 years after, and she was pampered, our princess and all. And when she was 14, she started to go, she's a singer. Ria is a singer, a songwriter. Then she was bullied. When you start sharing your talent, people would take you down. Unfortunately, it'll be your peers will take you down. And she was bullied because we love to eat. We never knew healthy eating. And that's why now I'm so much into fitness. We never knew about healthy eating. We would eat junk food. I would drink Coke. I was born to drink Coke. They should have gotten me on their advertisements, but never. I would be rich by now if I promoted Coke. No, I don't drink anymore. I don't drink Coke anymore. So lost the opportunity, but who cares? Health is gain. And then she was bullied. And then we met an older woman who offered herself to be her image consultant, who told her, without me knowing, that she was trying to hone her. But then, she was told that if you're not a size 0, you're never going to make it. And that was the time when my 13-year-old started to look at her body. Before that, she was a little on the heavy side, but she was happy, Sue. She had no fears. She was confident about herself, such an achiever. And then she became the TV host of everything. But then deep inside her, she was developing body issues. And when she was 16, we were already aware that she was having anxiety. This woman gave her as a gift a box of detox pills, a slim wrap, and slimming tea. She already lost 40 pounds, my daughter, because this woman told her to lose weight. From 100, close to 150 pounds, she was already like 107. And she was given that as a gift. That was it. And then in 2017, she was 20, she crashed into depression.
Oh.
And that was the first time I saw depression face to face. I didn't know what was depression. I didn't know how crippling anxiety could be. And when we launched her TV show at 14, and she was moving earlier 3 years, when we launched her TV show, this woman was there. And my daughter, I didn't know she was already having an eating disorder. She didn't eat breakfast because she was looking forward to eating 2 small spring rolls. And when she sat at the dinner table, this woman came to her and said, "Don't tell me you're eating that." And then she ran upstairs and cried. And for the first time, my very eloquent daughter, very confident daughter, stammered. She could not speak. She could not speak. She cried and she could not breathe. That was when her panic attack started.
Oh no.
That was, and from that time on, things became very sensitive. She could not look at a calendar. She could not look at a tape measure all the more. We hid the scale. She could not look at a journal. She failed at she was very good with math, and suddenly she would crash at the thought of a math exam. And on her final exams, she was going to have math exams. She went to school, and at the main doorway of her school, she crumbled to the ground, cried.
Wow.
Because she was going to see numbers. And this woman never know how it has ruined my girl. And so now I'm saying, be careful with the way you talk to people, especially when they're a child. My daughter was 13, because words can make or break them. And that's why I'm very, very much into mental health, into body image, because you don't know what you're going to do to someone. You may mean well, but right now we have to be careful with the way we talk to people. And so in 2017, that was when she crashed. Darkness. She was giving up, Sue. Our family stuck together. My eldest daughter kept the household running because I was with her 24/7. I would sleep with her, beside her. I would be on forums talking to moms, researching. Our doctor was there. Then we had a therapist, counselor. She was in school. I would drive her to school. I took a break from work and stayed at the corner A&W until she was, from start to finish, her school would be done, and I would be there when we go home. 2 weeks. I was right there. I had my own little corner office in A&W.
They knew you at the A&W.
Oh my God, yes. And then through my researches, I found out that exercise, doing physical activity would help bring back vitamin D. and serotonin into your brain. And that was how we started to go to the gym. I registered both of us for a gym because I wanted to help her heal, not knowing that that was going to be my discovery of how health is achieved mentally and physically through physical exercise. And see, for me,
Mm.
it was you exercise, you go into anything physical because you want to feel good. You want to feed your brain with serotonin. Anything that happens to you physically, if you like lose weight, if you shed pounds, that's just on the side. That's just a result. And especially with the history of my daughter, I never say you lose weight because your weight is not good. We never use the word. We never use any words that will describe size. If you wanna change, you wanna transform, do what your mind tells you to do. Go to that state that makes you happy. If you're happy with this kind of image, with this appearance, by all means, I am so happy for you. If you think that you're going to be happier with this kind of state, go for it. But no one should tell you that you should be this size, that you should look this way for you to be beautiful.
Well, it's
Because
such a huge problem in Western culture.
that's true.
I spent most of my career working with youth, and I would say 99% of the girls I worked with had body image issues, you
Yes,
know? And
yes.
that's ridiculous. They're just babies.
They're babies, and suddenly they're forced to live up to some standards. You would realize back in our day, we didn't have the internet.
Nope,
You
no
know your you
internet.
know your bully right there. That neighbor of mine, that's my bully. Right now, you don't know you're being bullied online. Like, who is this with an avatar? That's how you get bullied. And then you get to see the lifestyle of people who you don't even know. Of course, we put our good side. Well, we share our stories. Like I share my story,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because I share my story to inspire. I don't, the worst is when you put out yourself there to make people feel like, look, you're not good enough. That's the worst that you can do to someone. So
Mhm.
always I tell people, if whatever you're following is causing triggers, unfollow because you don't need to see that, right?
Yeah.
The internet has so much vanity. It's good though, because I like that we can connect. Like, look at us, we connect, and then we use it to share inspirational, empowering stories and lift each other up, not take each other down.
Yeah.
That's how we could look at the internet.
Well, I just think it's a tool, right?
It's a
And it can
tool.
be used for many things. I prefer to use it to help empower people, but
Yeah.
other people use it differently.
And that's what you're doing. And that's what
Right.
you're doing.
Right. So
We just
it's
need to reach out, right?
yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I think it really takes a village, right? So
Oh,
especially
yeah.
right now during this difficult time our planet is having, I think it's going to take a whole lot of us pushing out a lot of positive content to help change things.
That's so true. That's so true. And forgiveness, forgiving others, but most of all, forgiving yourself. Because this will come. People will come talk to you, whether they mean well or not. They
Right.
will speak up. You just gotta have to take the good things out of that. You can't avoid being hurt. It's in the process of growing. It can damage you, it can help you. But that's why there's a lot of repairing we need to do. There's a lot of transformation we need to see, right? We need to bring back those days where we appreciate everyone for who they are. And I was always saying, in classes right now, there should be classes about empowerment. These are subjects that are very important when they're young.
Mhm.
Self-esteem, important.
Yeah, what's funny is that a lot of the youth I worked with were homeless, and then I worked with some gang kids, and I feel like because they had the experience of needing extra help and got to learn all this cool stuff while we worked together, that they actually ended up more functional than so-called normal kids who grew up in two-parent homes.
Wow. Right?
I feel like there's a whole lot of healing work that needs to be done in general.
That's true.
But often people aren't even shown a path to healing unless they already have a problem.
And because sometimes they don't speak, right?
Yeah.
And that's why it's very good that we are now sharing awareness of mental health, because now
Mhm.
people are talking. People are thinking that, oh, I'm not alone. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to share your story, because it doesn't make you less a person just because you're going through anxiety. It doesn't
Yes.
make you less. Like, look at Princess Diana. Unfortunately, she's gone. But hers is a story of anorexia nervosa, right? And see, it happens to the most royal of us.
Mhm.
It,
Mhm.
Robin Williams. We don't want to lose them. And we have
Yeah.
people now who are speaking up and are around. Selena Gomez, Demi Lovato.
Mhm.
These are the ones we need to, talk about, because if they spoke about their stories, why can't we, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's really important. The interview that I published this week was with Chris Wood from the Rising Phoenix Mental Health Channel. And she's a former law enforcement officer, and she really struggled with PTSD.
Mhm.
And I thought it was really important that she come on and share her story, because I think that there's a lot of mental health stigma in general, but
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
it comes to law enforcement, most police officers don't want to talk about these kind of things, you know?
That's true. And I think it's
Uh,
also because they're sworn to some privacy issues, I guess. But I think they can talk about that. You never mention names, right? But they can talk
right.
about
No, no. She was just
this
talking about her
individual.
own personal experience.
That's
And
not easy.
I love it that she shares it on her channel and
Mhm.
in Facebook groups, so that other law enforcement officers realize that it's okay, you know?
It's okay. It's okay. Like the soldiers who come home from the war,
Yeah.
their stories about PTSD is
Yeah.
really. I
Yeah.
saw that YouTube of yours, but I was not able to finish the interview.
I
Chris,
know they're long.
oh my gosh, like that was like 3 days ago or something. You just published that. Like, oh, this girl is it's really on the roll. Like, I publish my video once a week, and here you are, like, whoa, we gotta share this with like Sean, right? Like, look at the
Right,
friendship
right.
that's growing. But
Well, what was I gonna say? I have the advantage of not having a full-time job. I quit in
good for you.
February to start this YouTube channel.
You obviously have the money, girl. I still need it.
I don't. I just have a lot of trust in the creator, you know? And
Yesterday,
it actually paid off. I mean, what's funny is that so I've been doing this for 4 months, and I realized recently that I really am not that far from having all remote income, because I started that
wow.
life coaching business under the umbrella of Hopeful Tribe, and between that and trainings and things like that,
Awesome.
I'm almost 100% self-supporting from my remote income.
See, look at that. Look at how encouraging you are for us who are just starting, because oh my gosh, like, I was telling my best friend at work threw me a little party at her home yesterday. And I
Oh,
always tell her about my dreams, my YouTube. She knows I'm setting up my website, I'm creating my YouTube, I'm going through this class. And her prayer yesterday over meals, she goes, Lord, please bless my friend. I know she wants to earn her millions. Please, hopefully you'll bless her soon. Her YouTube channel, her website. That was her prayer over
that's
the blessings that we have. So
beautiful.
like, you really know what I need.
Oh, that's beautiful. My
No.
my friend Loy, she when I started my channel, she invited all her friends over for dinner, and then
My God.
after everybody was fed, then she pitched my channel to everybody.
That's a friend. That's one kind of a friend.
Yeah.
You're like watching a baseball game together, right? Bring a drink to the tip. Let's watch football tonight. We're all winners. On your channel, everyone's a winner, girl.
Oh, man. Yeah, nothing like good friends, man. You know, speaking of empowerment, I feel like nothing can really get you going like some good, encouraging friends.
True. Friends who will listen to you, who will go to your webinar. I've never done a live one. I'm scared to the max, but maybe one day. What if nobody shows up? My friend said, I'll be there. Okay, can you raise your 2 hands, your feet, just so people, it looks like there are so many people. And here. Yeah, like what? That's what I gotta face that fear, you know?
Yeah, just what does Sean say? Punch fear in the face?
Punch fear in the face. And I did that, like, I had to cut it out from my video. I go, you know, the like, they go smash that. I go like, smash that like one. I edited it. I got it. It's violent. It's very violent. Like
I know, you know, I was trying to think of what words I would naturally use. And I came up with touch and click. Those were the two that felt right for me. Yeah. Smash is very male, you know? Like,
it's like when you say goodbye, hasta la vista, baby.
Right.
Very
masculine. It's like, okay. I'm not that tough. Okay. I'm like, as far as gender goes, I feel like I'm kind of right in the middle. Like I really like dresses and I really like power tools, you know?
Exactly.
But I just can't go all the way over into action movie mode. It's not my nature.
You can always mix them together, like you wear this very nice gown and then you're vacuuming. Right? But you're feminine.
Oh, man. One of my favorite lovers over the years came over to my house for the first time. I invited him for his birthday, right? And we had dinner and cake and stuff. And then he asked for a tour of the house. So I gave him a tour of the whole house, and we ended up down in the garage, and he saw all of my power tools, and he goes, I knew you were my dream woman.
Right? Beneath this, you know, very calm therapist.
Yeah.
It's a hammer. And a saw, whatever.
I totally could have gone there. About halfway through grad school, I thought, maybe I should just go into the trades, you know?
Right? You never know, right? And then you'll be wearing these hard hats, right?
Yeah. But instead, I've just built stuff. Like I renovated the last house I owned almost all by myself.
No kidding.
You know? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I love to build stuff. It's really fun.
You're superwoman.
You know,
female empowerment.
I feel like what happened with me is I came in on purpose, like I was telling you early, right? So earlier I was sharing with Jackie that from when I was a little girl, I always knew that my purpose was to help people. And so I just did that. It was a really natural thing. And I just couldn't help myself. That's what I came here to do. And then, oh, shoot.
You were drawn to that.
Yeah, but I lost my train of thought. That's so funny. Halfway through the interview, she forgets why she brings up this purpose thing.
And that's because you're so into the mood.
It's okay, I can edit it out.
My room and go like, why am I here? Why am I here?
I think that you go to the kitchen. It's like, why did I come here?
Right? It's like when I was like telling people I was 59. My husband goes, "You aren't 59. You are 58." Oh, sorry. You forget all these things suddenly.
It's a lot to hold in your head by the time you get in your 50s, you know?
It's a
Oh
lot.
my
That
God.
includes my hair pieces too. You should watch my videos where I changed hair pieces because
Oh, I got to see
when
that.
your hair, well, this one, my real hair is somewhere here. See, this is my real hair, but this is my
Oh,
hair piece.
what?
Yes,
I
girl.
have to learn the secrets of your hair.
Yes, you know, because I feel like I think my video is about having a bad hair day because that was always my problem. Put on that wig. My youngest gave me lots of wigs and hair pieces while I'm using them.
That's so
But today
funny.
I'm using this. I want some long hair. Okay, there you go.
I remembered what I was trying, the point I was trying to make. So I came in on purpose, and then I was raised by this very goal-oriented, driven psychiatrist Capricorn mother, right? And she insisted on order and organization and efficiency in all things, right? And she modeled being completely immersed in work like 24/7. And I'm not just talking about her career, like her work as a psychiatrist, but also her raising us, her cooking, cleaning, whatever. She was just so into everything she did, right?
Wow, you were ready for the military then.
Right? It was basically like Rebecca Boot Camp. My mom's name was Rebecca. So she
Wow.
was like so goal oriented. And then I was so on purpose that I think what happened is I've been able to accomplish a lot more than most, helper people can, because I've got that Rebecca Boot Camp training, you know?
You
That's
were trained right from the start. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't really have a choice. My mom wasn't asking us to be organized.
Exactly. She was like, that's a default.
And we had dinner at 4:30 p.m. every afternoon. And if we showed up at 4:31, that was not okay. So,
Wow.
yeah. So I learned to be early.
Talking about dinner that early, I remember when I was like 14, back in my time, there were, back in the time, there was such a thing as courtship, where the
Yeah.
guys go to you and pursue you and tell you, I love you, blah, 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 right? That was how it was. So we would welcome, I would have suitors then, and they had to come to the house.
Right.
And my dad, I'm the eldest of 8 kids. My dad didn't like this one suitor, so he would be there at like 3 in the afternoon, they're visiting me, and my dad would get a mattress, like a duvet, and spread it in front of us, 3 o'clock, and say, okay, it's time for bed. It's time to get ready for bed. If there's someone like, he should be going home, he should be going home. Good night.
Oh, that's funny. Oh my God. You know what my poor sisters had to go through with my mother? I went to boarding school, so I didn't have to be a teenager at home. But my sisters were at home when they were teenagers.
Oh, wow.
And my mom let them start dating when they were 16. But they had to bring over whoever they were going to date so she could check them out, right? And she would sit them down in the living room and say, mental illness runs in our family.
And back in the day, that was taboo.
My poor sisters, they had to put up with all that. It was so funny. Oh my! I'd be on the stairs cracking up.
Because you had more freedom. Oh yes, I remember. My mom would interview them before I could even talk to the guy. My mom would sit down. So, tell me about your family. Okay, so what do you do? What's your name?
That
was a time then.
Yeah, we make fun of it, but I kind of feel like there was a lot of value in that. I feel like young women aren't protected enough now.
We don't know what's happening right now, right, moms? So I'm kind of watchful as a mom, but because I got that from my mom, but you can't just use your rules
Right.
because society is different
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and you
Well,
trust them.
well, and that was the tactic I used with my kids, was to just really do a lot of work on the front end. Like, I feel like if you put in a lot of work in the first 6 years, then you can just trust them and
True,
and be there for them, and they'll be fine.
true. Build the foundation,
Yeah,
like a
you have
madman.
to build a really good foundation, and
Build
and
foundation.
and trust, like you were saying, is really important. If
It's
you put in
important.
that work, you can trust them.
True, true. Because and you can tell by the way they reason out, like, and but the hard work has to start when they're young, all the way, right? Build up.
Mm-hmm.
Because once their peers occupy a huge part of their life,
Yeah.
then you just have to trust whatever foundation you taught them.
Mm-hmm.
Then they're on their
Yeah.
own.
Yeah, I tell people all the time, if you're just thinking about how to get your 13-year-old to be responsible, it's too late.
Oh my gosh, yes. By that time, they have their mind set on whatever. They've gone
Yeah.
to places you don't even know.
Yeah. You got to do all
Oh,
the hard work when they're still like really attached to you. Yeah.
true, true. Especially if you have girls. Mommies, if you're listening right now, if you have girls like younger than 12, take every photo you can, because when they turn 14, 15, 16, no, no, I don't want photos. And then, somehow, like me, I have my selfie stick. Like we go out, I have this selfie stick my husband bought for me. And my girls are with me, right? Especially in public. And okay, the moment you put out your selfie stick, they're gone. Suddenly nobody knows you.
Oh man. Oh wow. Oh, you know what I wanted to ask you about was that one video I saw last was about your practicing sustainable keto.
Oh my gosh.
So, did you go through like a major weight loss journey?
Not actually.
No.
Because
Okay.
what happened was we've been 2015, no, 2016, we decided to, okay, we better start eating healthy. And also because I could not even tie my shoelace without my
Oh,
tongue
girl,
take
I've
away,
been there.
like, where did my feet go, right? I had to put my shoelace sideways because then I could bend, right? I got my shoes. And you could see these clothes on the mannequin, and I would go get the size like 12. And then 12, 14, I wore my girl size 15. And then I would put it on and I go like, it's still not making me look gorgeous, right? So I go like, okay. And then I would pant, and I was taking for life anti-hypertensive medicines and anti-cholesterol meds. So I was taking that, and I go like, okay, maybe this is it, because it's in my family. And so we started to go like, you know what, this is not the way I want to live my life. And so we started eating healthy. And then after how many years, my doctor took me off my anti-hypertensive medicine because my blood work was doing well. But see, because we were eating healthy. And then I would read, and that was how I saw like, what's this keto thing? But we never went on the clean keto because I was scared of ketosis. I was scared of that. But what I did was, okay, that was how I learned, oh, sugar's bad? Oh, there goes my Coke. Oh, I had all this Rogers, white sugar, icing sugar. Oh my gosh, Sue. Damn, waste basket.
Got rid of it all. Good for you.
That was the first one. And then rice. I eat rice like I'm the Rock Dwayne Johnson, like this much. Slowly, my cup, 1/4, 1/2, 1 tablespoon, 1 teaspoon. I'd spread the grains on my plate because I wanted to lose weight. So it's sort of drastic for me.
Yeah.
I don't eat rice anymore. I would be able to eat, but I'm no longer like fearful that, oh, I'm going to gain weight. No, I'm going to get back. It's more like right now, I work so hard, I don't want to get go to that trouble again, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to see my feet when I'm putting on my shoes. So I have that goal. And so that was how we started. And then no sugar. Oh, we didn't go for the full fat thing. No, because again, we didn't want to go into ketosis. So we didn't go for the full fat. Like we knew that we had to burn carbohydrates. So you eat food with calories that you can burn. So because we wanted to still eat some of our favorite treats, and that's my approach. When I talk to someone, say, you want to lose weight, you want to shed pounds, you want to be healthy, but I don't ever want you to feel miserable that you can't eat your favorite dessert. Because for me, becoming fit, going on a fitness journey must be fun. You don't want to say like, oh, I can't eat this. No, you got to be able to eat your favorite chocolate. So that's why we thought you got to go into physical activity. You got to exercise. You have to burn the calories that you ate. Treat yourself, but make sure you have a regular exercise routine. But see, because we're aware of keto, we know these keto products. And because I love chocolate, I'm not saying no, but I don't eat Hershey's anymore. So all my favorites like O. Henry's, Kit Kat, Tim Tam, all of these, I don't feel miserable. I don't feel deprived because we have the keto bars. And my next video is about this favorite keto bar. You're going to love it. You're going to just love it. My eldest daughter discovered that. So it helps. And so what we do is we get the best out of everything. And paleo is good. I like paleo because you eat whole foods. So mine is like a mixture of everything.
Right. You found something that works for you.
Yeah, so that's why I call it sustainable keto, because you have to be able to sustain it. Like keto, you can't be on keto for life.
Well, you can.
You can?
Yes. If you're a woman of childbearing age, it's not a good idea because it interferes with your hormone production.
Oh, yes.
So you have to kind of be off and on. With that, Dr. Mindy Peltz is really good if women want to learn about how to be keto in your childbearing years. Once you're in menopause, you actually can stay keto. After a year of very strict keto, I started, relaxing a little bit. Yeah. But recently I started relaxing too much. So I'm actually going to email one of my favorite keto channels this week and ask him if he'll do a collaboration with me to take off the 20 pounds I gained since I got too relaxed. And the 10 pounds I need to lose to to get to my original goal weight, because I was just last year at my birthday, I was 9 pounds from my goal weight.
Wow.
And now I'm 30 pounds from my goal weight. So I know I have some work to do. But what happened? Huh?
That's the attitude. Like you're very positive about it.
Yeah. But the good thing is I know how to do it. And so it's less scary than the first time. Yeah. I actually started this weight loss journey like 12 years ago. And I, like you, didn't want to be too extreme, wanted to do something sustainable. So I just cut some calories, cut back on the sugar, kind of like did like this and increased my exercise. Yeah. But then about, 3 years ago, I got the H2N3 virus, and it's another kind of respiratory illness like COVID, and it was really bad. I ended up in the hospital and I couldn't work for 6 months because I couldn't breathe.
That's pulmonary.
It was horrible. So I thought I was better until I went to get labs because I was tired. I was tired a lot, right? And I went to get labs and my doctor was like, "Oh, you have really severe diabetes." And his thought about it was that the H2N3 virus triggered that, because usually with diabetes, people start out with pre-diabetes and then slowly over the years it gets worse and worse, right? When people don't change their behaviors.
Oh my God.
Uh,
Yes, yes,
right. So it goes,
yes.
slowly worse and worse. But mine came out of nowhere. The year before, my blood sugar was completely normal. And then that year, it was 11.7 was my A1C.
Wow. So was it because
And
of the H3N1?
H2N3. He thinks that's
H2N3?
what triggered
These
it.
numbers.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a
Wow.
horrible virus. He said sometimes when people get major illnesses, it messes with their metabolism and they can end up, with diabetes. And they're actually, I heard recently that they're finding this true with some COVID survivors. They're
Wow.
getting diabetes now. Um,
Oh, they're
so
young,
it's
maybe no age. Doesn't matter
Yeah,
what age.
no. It's just a
Wow.
thing that happens sometimes when it's one of the ways our bodies respond sometimes
True,
to
true.
a major illness. So I was like, oh crap, because
Yeah.
I, working with homeless people, I saw a lot of people with diabetes and I saw a
Hmm.
lot of people lose limbs and go
Wow.
blind. And I was like, I don't
Oh,
want to go like that. That's not cute. So
not your bucket list.
all of a sudden, I went on this like hunt for the solution. And the doctors, they don't tell you anything. And the nutritionist, oh my God, if I had listened to her, I would have had a stroke like 2 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
They don't know anything, at least in the States. Maybe in Canada, they're better. But nobody suggested
I do
keto
know
to
two
me.
amazing nutritionists, so I'm glad.
Yeah. So I went on this literature review and then I found out that keto and intermittent fasting were helping a lot of people reverse their diabetes. So then I went on YouTube and learned how to implement those.
You too.
And I just did it. Like I just did it. And it was hard the first
Oh yes.
couple months, but then I got used to it, you know?
Do you still
And
do intermittent fasting right now? I'm just
yeah,
glad.
I still do intermittent fasting.
And
Yeah.
I think that's also why my husband is no longer what do you call that? Borderline
Diabetic.
diabetes. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was diagnosed as borderline diabetes in 2018, and then he
Mhm.
went exercise. He started exercising, and then he was the first one who went into intermittent fasting. And now we're
Mhm.
all doing intermittent fasting,
Oh, it's so
and
good for you.
it is so good because really, who needs to eat so many times a day, right? I
Yeah.
met this lady. Her name's Frances. Live the wow, and she says, "Who even invented dessert?" And then I go like, "Yeah, right. Who? Who even? Let's punch them in the face."
I feel like, there's nothing wrong with carbs inherently, right?
True.
But
We
human
need them.
beings didn't used to have access to so many of them, you know?
The,
So
the
when
process, the
we
processed foods.
right. And when we did have them, they would be pure, like, fruit off of a tree or
Oh
honey
my
or
God.
something like that. And then we'd eat it till
True.
it was gone. And then it would be
True.
gone. And then we wouldn't eat it
Right.
again for a long time. So it wasn't harmful. But now we have like 24/7 access to all these carbs.
Yes,
And it's
fast foods.
really not good.
That's true. Fast foods and then food delivered to you. You order online. Like, wow, it's just really telling you to like come eat me.
Yeah. Right. And what is it? So one of my favorite keto YouTubers says it's the highly palatable, what do you call? I forget how he puts it, but anyway, it's the stuff that tastes really good, that's really easy to eat, that
Okay.
you need to stay away from
Oh,
because you can easily eat too many of them. So like I
wow.
used to buy flavored almonds, right? And you would think, oh, flavor almonds are healthy, right?
They
But
are healthy, yes, yes.
if I buy flavored almonds, I'll always eat too many
Do you mean
because they
flavors
taste
and
so
flavors and
good.
spice? Yeah, because there's the turmeric almonds that I love. So
Uh-huh.
it's flavored, not the spiced ones, right? Because the spices are good. I think spices are good, like
Well, here's the
lime.
thing for me is that if something tastes really good, I'll eat too much of it. So like I have to get like the plain almonds
Plain almonds.
so I can just have a serving and not like half the bag. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh, yes. Costco. And Costco, girl.
Well, I shop at Costco because they have the best prices on keto snacks. But when I take nuts out of the gigantic canister, I keep my nuts in. I always put it in a little, quarter cup container because I cannot come back here with that Costco container. I will
Oh,
eat them all. The last question I ask almost everybody is
okay.
what gives you hope?
Wow, that's a very, very deep question. But what gives me hope? Hope is that, well, whenever I remember my family, my husband and my girls,
Mm,
I just have them in my mind. Like right now at 60, when people are thinking about retiring and resting and just going to places outside, I am actually thinking of getting bigger dreams, bigger goals, because I know that whatever I'm doing right now is going to benefit my family. They're
mhm.
the ones that drive me in every goal I do. They give me hope.
That's
God gives me hope.
beautiful. And boy, are they lucky that you're their mom and their wife, huh?
And I'm lucky to have them too. Oh, yes, that's support I get. Yeah. So we got some goals to meet. I don't want to disappoint them, but they're pretty proud of me, I guess. Like I'm proud of them.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Like my grandma and my mom were always talking about, uh reaching for the stars and all that. And when I was younger, I felt it as a lot of pressure, but over the years I kind of modified that
Yeah,
and decided it was okay that I always had big goals because let's say I want to make $5 million this year. If I only make 4 million, is anybody going to be mad at me?
exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
It's okay to fall short of your goals.
Yes. Aim high.
Aim
Aim
high,
high.
and
Aim
you'll
for
still,
125%. If you
yeah,
fail, you drop a 100. That's not bad.
exactly. So I'm really happy you came. Thank you so much for your
I'm,
time.
I'm, I'm very grateful. I'm very happy to be here. And I really look forward to being on your show again soon.
Yay! Yay! And say hi to your husband and your kids.
I will. Thank you so much. And I'll probably have you on my show one day.
Oh, I would love that. I would
Let's do
love it.
it, girl.
All right. I'll see you later. Have a great
Thank you.
day.
Thank you. You have a great day.